Hey, welcome to The Explainer. What if I told you that the very same force that powers our cities could also power our body's recovery? Today, we're diving into the pretty shocking truth about electric healing. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? Using a jolt of electricity as medicine. But this isn't some Hollywood special effect. It's a real and really powerful field of medicine. There's a name for it, of course, electrotherapy. And it's all about using these super precise electrical signals to talk to our bodies in a language they already understand. We're not just shocking the system, we're giving it a very specific, very gentle nudge in the right direction. So, how in the world does a little bit of electricity make such a huge difference? Let's get right into the nitty-gritty of what we're calling the body electric and see what really happens when we flip the switch. Therapists using electrotherapy basically have four main superpowers. First, they can make muscles contract, which is huge for regaining strength. They can also tell your sensory nerves to quiet down, effectively blocking pain signals. They can even jumpstart your body's natural repair crew to speed up healing. And get this, they can create a kind of express lane for medicine, pushing it right through the skin to where it needs to go. Okay, so that's the big picture. But the real magic, the really cool stuff, happens when we zoom in. Let's take a little journey from a single cell all the way up to your entire system to see just how deep these effects actually go. It all starts with a tiny spark at the cellular level. Think of an electrical current as a wake-up call for your nerve cells, kind of telling them, hey, time to get to work. It can also act like a gatekeeper for your cells, controlling what goes in and out. And maybe most incredible of all, it can rally the little construction workers of your body, cells called fibroblasts, to start rebuilding damaged tissue. Now imagine millions of those tiny cellular sparks all firing at once. That's when you start to see real, visible results at the tissue level. All those excited nerves team up to create a powerful muscle contraction, and that whole army of fibroblasts gets to work, leading to actual, measurable healing in the tissue. So let's zoom out even further to a whole limb, like your arm or leg. Those muscle contractions we just mentioned, they're doing way more than just building strength. They're acting like a natural pump, flushing out swelling and seriously improving blood flow. And the result of that? Better mobility and a whole lot less discomfort. And now for the grand finale, the systematic effect. This is where electrotherapy is just, wow. By stimulating nerves in one small area, you can actually trick your brain into releasing its own powerful natural painkillers, things like endorphins. We're talking about a system-wide pain relief effect, all from a totally localized treatment. It's like having your own personal on-demand pain relief button. Okay, so we've seen the incredible things electricity can do. But how do therapists actually tame this powerful force? Well, it's time for a quick crash course in the rules of electricity. And don't worry, I promise there won't be a test. See, our bodies are kind of like a really complex electrical circuit. Some parts, like our muscles and nerves, which have a lot of water, are like superhighways for electricity. But other parts, like bone and fat, they act more like roadblocks, resisting the flow. And understanding this is absolutely crucial for guiding the current exactly where we want it to go. This all comes down to a pretty simple principle called Ohm's law. Let's just imagine a water pipe, okay? Voltage is the pressure that's pushing the water through. Current is how much water is actually flowing, and resistance, well, that's anything that makes the pipe narrower, like those bone and fat roadblocks we just talked about. So we've got our rules. Now let's look at how therapists use them to become, well, electrical wizards, controlling the current with some incredible precision. The secret sauce here is something called current density. Think of it like a shower head. You can have a wide, gentle spray, or you can have a focused, powerful jet. It's the same amount of water. It's just concentrated differently. If you get the density right, you get healing. Get it wrong, and the treatment is either useless or, well, pretty unpleasant. So how do they control it? Well, the first trick is all about placement. You put the electrodes close together, and the current just skims right along the surface, which is perfect for skin issues. But if you space them out, you send that current diving deep into the muscles, right where it's needed most. They also play with size. A tiny little electrode is like a laser beam, focusing all that current for a powerful, targeted strike. A bigger one, on the other hand, is more like a floodlight, bathing a whole area in a much more gentle, dispersed current. So therapists are kind of like electrical DJs. They're mixing and matching not just the path and the intensity of the current, but also the type of current to create the perfect healing track for every single patient. Probably the most common tool in their kit is something called pulsed current. So instead of a steady stream of electricity, it's more like Morse code, short little bursts of electricity with breaks in between. And those breaks are really, really key. They give your body a chance to respond without getting overwhelmed. Now, this pulsed current comes in two main flavors. You've got monophasic, which is like a one-way street. All the electricity flows in the same direction. This is great for delicate jobs like wound healing. Then you have biphasic, which is a two-way street, where the current flows back and forth. This is perfect for getting your muscles moving without any weird chemical side effects on the skin. This is a real science. It's not a guessing game. Every little detail matters, from the size of the electrode to the type of pulse being used. It's all about creating a completely personalized electrical prescription for each patient. So we've seen how electrotherapy can hack into our body's own electrical system to literally supercharge the healing process. It's really a glimpse into a future where medicine might be less about pills and more about programming our own biology. Which just leaves one question, right? What other secret codes are just waiting to be cracked inside the body electric?